Hello and welcome to the Mindful Zone. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're diving into something truly special. Mindfulness for the holidays, a time that can feel magical but also overwhelming in equal measure. If you've ever found yourself caught between the joy of connection and the stress of expectations, then this video is for you. Whether you're new to mindfulness or someone who already practices regularly, this journey will offer practical tools, insights from Buddhism, and simple meditations designed to help you navigate the chaos with calm and clarity. Let's take a moment together before we begin. Pause, take a deep breath in, hold it for just a second, and now, exhale slowly. How does that feel? Even in the midst of busy days, this simple act of pausing can create space, a reminder that peace isn't somewhere far away, it's right here, waiting for us to notice it. The holidays are meant to be a season of warmth, love, and celebration. But let's face it, they can also bring challenges. Family gatherings might stir up old tensions, shopping lists seem endless, and there's always that pressure to make everything perfect. Does any of this sound familiar? You're not alone. These feelings are part of what makes the holidays such a rich yet complex experience. And while we can't eliminate every source of stress, we can change how we respond to it. That's where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness is about being fully present, in this moment, without judgment. It's not about achieving some mythical state of constant happiness or Zen-like calm. Instead, it's about noticing what's happening within and around you, accepting it as it is, and choosing how to move forward from there. Think of it like turning down the volume on life's noise so you can hear your own heartbeat more clearly. Sounds nice, doesn't it? In today's video, we'll explore 10 chapters, each offering a different perspective or practice to help you stay grounded during the holidays. From understanding the Buddhist teachings of impermanence and compassion to learning how to set boundaries without guilt, these tools are designed to support you both now and throughout the year. We'll also weave in guided meditations and exercises, giving you opportunities to pause and connect with yourself along the way. So, find a cozy spot, maybe grab a blanket or a cup of tea, and settle in. This is your time, a chance to slow down, breathe deeply, and reconnect with what truly matters. Together we'll discover how mindfulness can transform even the busiest moments into opportunities for growth, gratitude, and grace. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Holiday Paradox. The holidays are often painted as a time of joy, connection, and celebration. And yet, for many of us, they can also bring stress, overwhelm, and even conflict. This tension between the idealized vision of the holidays and the reality we experience is what I like to call the holiday paradox. On one hand, we're surrounded by opportunities for love, gratitude, and togetherness. On the other hand, these moments often coexist with feelings of exhaustion, frustration, and pressure to get it right. Why does this happen? What makes the holidays such a uniquely challenging yet rewarding season? Let's explore this together. At its core, the holiday paradox stems from our expectations. We dream of picture-perfect gatherings, flawless meals, and harmonious relationships. Social media doesn't help either, with its endless stream of curated images showing everyone else seemingly living their best lives. But here's the truth. Perfection is an illusion. No matter how hard we try, life will always have imperfections, and that includes the holidays. In Buddhism, there's a concept called dukkha, which roughly translates to suffering or dissatisfaction. It's not just about big tragedies, it's also about the subtle discomforts that arise when things don't go according to plan. For example, imagine spending hours preparing a beautiful feast only to burn the main dish. Or envision hosting family members who seem more interested in bickering than bonding. These small disappointments add up, creating a sense of unease that lingers beneath the surface. But here's the good news. Recognizing dukkha is the first step toward freedom. Once we acknowledge that imperfection is part of life, we begin to loosen our grip on unrealistic expectations. Instead of striving for perfection, we can focus on presence, on showing up fully for ourselves and others exactly as we are. Now let's talk about attachment. In Buddhist philosophy, attachment is seen as one of the root causes of suffering. When we cling too tightly to specific outcomes, whether it's having the perfect tree, receiving the perfect gift, or ensuring everyone gets along, we set ourselves up for disappointment. Life has a way of surprising us, and sometimes those surprises aren't what we hoped for. But instead of resisting change, what if we leaned into it? What if we embraced uncertainty as part of the adventure? Take a moment to reflect on your own relationship with expectations during the holidays. Are there certain traditions or rituals you feel must happen in a particular way? Do you find yourself worrying about how others perceive your efforts? If so, you're not alone. These thoughts are natural, but they can also weigh heavily on us if left unchecked. One powerful antidote to attachment is the practice of letting go. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or being indifferent. Rather, it means releasing the need to control every detail and trusting that things will unfold as they should. Imagine baking cookies with children. Sure, the kitchen might get messy and the cookies may not look magazine-worthy, but isn't the laughter, the shared experience and the taste of something homemade far more meaningful than achieving perfection? Another aspect of the holiday paradox is the pressure to be everywhere and do everything. Between work deadlines, social obligations and family commitments, it's easy to feel stretched thin. Many of us fall into the trap of overcommitting because we want to please others or because we fear missing out. Yet, spreading ourselves too thin leaves little room for rest, reflection, Huo Ju Jing. Here's a thought experiment. Picture your energy as a finite resource, like water in a pitcher. Every commitment you take on takes a sip from that pitcher. If you pour too much out without refilling it, you'll eventually run dry. So how can you replenish your reserves? One way is through mindful self-care, prioritizing activities that nourish your body, mind, and spirit. Whether it's taking a long bath, going for a walk in nature, or simply sitting quietly with a cup of tea, these small acts of kindness toward yourself can make a world of difference. Let's pause here for a moment. Close your eyes if you'd like and take 3 deep breaths. Inhale slowly, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Allow yourself to notice how you're feeling right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. Is there any tension in your shoulders, any lingering worries about the holidays? Whatever arises, greet it with curiosity rather than judgment. This simple act of awareness creates space, a reminder that you have the power to choose how you respond to whatever comes your way. Returning to the idea of imperfection, let's consider how embracing flaws can actually enhance our experience of the holidays. Think about handmade gifts, for instance. They might not be polished or expensive, but they carry a depth of meaning that store-bought items rarely match. Similarly, a lopsided wreath or mismatched ornaments can tell a story, one of authenticity, creativity, and effort. These imperfections remind us that beauty exists beyond symmetry and precision. This brings me to another key teaching from Buddhism: non-striving. Non-striving doesn't mean laziness or apathy. Instead, it encourages us to let go of the relentless pursuit of achievement and instead focus on being present. During the holidays, this might look like savoring the aroma of freshly baked pie instead of obsessing over whether it turned out perfectly. Or it could mean enjoying a conversation with a loved one without worrying about what to say next. By shifting our attention from doing to being, we open ourselves up to deeper connections and richer experiences. Of course, none of this is easy. Letting go of control, embracing imperfection, and practicing non-striving require patience and practice. But remember, mindfulness isn't about getting it right. It's about showing up again and again with an open heart and a willingness to learn. Each time you catch yourself spiraling into stress or frustration, see it as an opportunity to pause, breathe, and recalibrate. As we wrap up this chapter, I invite you to reflect on one question. What would it feel like to approach the holidays with less emphasis on perfection and more focus on presence? How might letting go of rigid expectations allow you to experience greater peace and joy? Before moving on, let's take one final moment of stillness together. Breathe in deeply, hold for 2 counts, and exhale slowly. Feel the weight of all that we've discussed settle gently within you, like snowflakes drifting to the ground. You've taken the first step toward navigating the holiday paradox with mindfulness, and that's something worth celebrating. Chapter 2: What is Mindfulness? Welcome back to the Mindful Zone. In this chapter, we're going to dive deeply into one of the most transformative concepts for navigating not just the holidays, but life itself: mindfulness. If you've ever heard the term before but weren't quite sure what it meant, or if you're already familiar with it but want to deepen your understanding, this is for you. By the end of this chapter, my hope is that you'll feel equipped with practical tools to bring mindfulness into your daily life, and perhaps even discover why it's such a powerful antidote to stress and overwhelm. So, let's start at the beginning. What exactly is mindfulness? At its essence, mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without judgment. It's about noticing what's happening within and around you, exactly as it is, without trying to change or fix anything. Sounds simple enough, right? But don't be fooled. While the concept may seem straightforward, truly embodying mindfulness takes patience, practice, and a willingness to slow down. Let's break this definition down further because each part carries profound meaning. First, there's the idea of being fully present. This means directing your attention to whatever is happening right now. Whether it's the sensation of your feet touching the floor, the taste of your morning coffee, or the emotions bubbling up during a conversation. Often our minds are elsewhere. We're replaying past events, worrying about the future, or multitasking to the point of distraction. Mindfulness invites us to step out of autopilot and reconnect with the richness of the present moment. Next, consider the phrase, without judgment. This is where things get tricky for many of us. Our minds are incredibly skilled at evaluating, labeling, and critiquing everything we encounter. That thought, it's silly. That feeling, I shouldn't be experiencing this. That sound outside, it's annoying. Judgment is natural. It's how our brains make sense of the world, but it can also create unnecessary suffering. When we judge ourselves or our experiences harshly, we add layers of stress and resistance that aren't necessary. Practicing non-judgment doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is fine when it isn't. Instead, it means observing thoughts, feelings, and sensations with curiosity and kindness rather than immediately reacting to them. Now let's talk about why mindfulness matters, especially during the holidays. During this season, our schedules tend to fill up quickly, leaving little room for rest or reflection. We rush from one task to the next, often operating on autopilot. Before we know it, the days blur together and we miss opportunities to savor the moments that truly matter. Mindfulness helps us hit the pause button, to step back, breathe, and reconnect with what's real and meaningful. It allows us to move through the chaos with greater clarity and calm, rather than getting swept away by it. One common misconception about mindfulness is that it requires hours of meditation or some kind of mystical experience. Nothing could be further from the truth. Mindfulness can happen anywhere, anytime. All it takes is intention and awareness. For example, washing dishes can become a mindful activity if you focus on the warmth of the water, the texture of the soap bubbles, and the rhythmic motion of scrubbing. Walking to your car can turn into a moment of presence if you pay attention to the sensation of your feet hitting the pavement or the crispness of the air against your skin. These small acts of awareness accumulate over time, creating a more grounded, centered way of living. To better understand mindfulness, let's explore its roots. While it has gained widespread popularity in recent years, mindfulness originates from ancient Buddhist teachings. In Buddhism, mindfulness is referred to as sati, which translates to awareness or attention. It's considered a foundational practice for cultivating wisdom, compassion, and inner peace. Monks and practitioners would engage in mindfulness exercises throughout their day, not just during formal meditation sessions, to develop a deep connection with themselves and the world around them. Today, mindfulness has been adapted and secularized, making it accessible to people of all backgrounds and beliefs. But mindfulness isn't limited to spiritual traditions. Modern science has also validated its benefits. Research shows that regular mindfulness practice can reduce stress, improve emotional regulation, enhance focus, boost immune function, and even rewire the brain for greater resilience. One study found that just 8 weeks of mindfulness training led to measurable changes in areas of the brain associated with memory, empathy, and stress management. These findings underscore the fact that mindfulness isn't just a nice-to-have skill, it's a vital tool for thriving in today's fast-paced world. Now let's transition from theory to practice. How do you actually cultivate mindfulness in your own life? Here are 3 key principles to keep in mind. Start small. Mindfulness doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. Begin with short, manageable practices, just a few minutes a day, and gradually increase as you feel comfortable. Consistency matters far more than duration. Anchor your attention. Our minds love to wander, and that's perfectly normal. The key is to gently guide your attention back to a focal point whenever you notice it drifting. Common anchors include the breath, bodily sensations, sounds, or even a visual object like a candle flame. Be patient with yourself. Mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when your mind feels restless or distracted, and that's okay. Every moment of awareness, even the ones where you catch yourself zoning out, is progress. Let's try a simple exercise together to illustrate these principles. Find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down, and close your eyes if you'd like. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for 2 counts, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Now bring your attention to your breath. Notice the sensation of the air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs, and then leaving your body. Don't try to control it. Simply observe its natural rhythm. If your mind starts to wander, which it inevitably will, acknowledge the thought without judgment and gently return your focus to your breath. Let's continue this for another minute or 2. Pause for silence, accompanied by soft ambient sounds like flowing water or distant wind chimes. How did that feel? Did you notice any shifts in your body or mind? Perhaps you felt a bit calmer, more centered, or simply more aware of your surroundings. These subtle changes are signs that mindfulness is working, even if they don't feel dramatic at first. Over time, these moments of presence compound, leading to lasting transformation. Another aspect of mindfulness worth exploring is its relationship with acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation or passivity. Rather, it involves acknowledging reality as it is, rather than resisting or denying it. During the holidays, this might look like accepting that not every gathering will go smoothly, or that some tasks won't get done perfectly, or at all. When we stop fighting against what is, we free up energy to respond skillfully and creatively to challenges. For instance, imagine hosting a holiday dinner and realizing halfway through preparations that you've forgotten a key ingredient. Instead of spiraling into panic or self-criticism, you might take a deep breath, assess the situation, and come up with a solution, perhaps substituting the missing item or embracing the imperfection as part of the experience. This shift from reactivity to responsiveness is one of the greatest gifts of mindfulness. Finally, let's address a question I often hear. Can mindfulness coexist with busyness? Absolutely. While carving out dedicated time for mindfulness is ideal, it's not always feasible, especially during the hectic holiday season. The beauty of mindfulness lies in its flexibility. You can weave it into everyday activities, transforming routine tasks into opportunities for presence. Folding laundry, focus on the texture of the fabric and the rhythm of your movements. Driving to visit family, pay attention to the colors of the landscape and the hum of the engine. Even waiting in line at the store can become a chance to practice patience and observation. As we near the end of this chapter, I want to leave you with a metaphor that captures the essence of mindfulness. Imagine your mind as a vast sky. Thoughts, emotions, and sensations are like clouds passing through. They come and go, constantly changing shape and direction. Sometimes the sky is clear and bright. Other times it's stormy and turbulent. Either way, the sky remains unchanged beneath it all. Mindfulness teaches us to identify less with the clouds, the fleeting content of our minds, and more with the spacious awareness that holds them. From this perspective, we gain a sense of freedom and equanimity no matter what arises. Before we move on, let's take one final moment of stillness together. Close your eyes if you'd like and place a hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Feel gratitude for showing up here today, for taking this step toward greater presence and peace. You're doing something beautiful, not just for yourself, but for everyone whose lives you touch. Chapter 3, The Role of Buddhism in Modern Life. Welcome back to the Mindful Zone. In this chapter, we're going to explore how ancient Buddhist teachings can offer profound guidance for navigating modern life, especially during the holidays. While Buddhism originated over 2,500 years ago, its wisdom remains strikingly relevant today. Its core principles provide practical tools for managing stress, fostering compassion, and cultivating inner peace. By understanding these teachings and learning how to apply them, you can transform not only your holiday season, but also your everyday existence. Let's start by addressing a common question. What is Buddhism exactly? At its heart, Buddhism is not a religion in the traditional sense. It's more accurately described as a philosophy or way of life. It's centered around the 4 Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, which serve as a roadmap for reducing suffering and finding lasting happiness. These teachings aren't about dogma or blind faith. They're about personal exploration and direct experience. And that's what makes them so accessible. They invite us to investigate our own minds and hearts, rather than simply accepting doctrines at face value. One of the most foundational concepts in Buddhism is impermanence, or anicca in Pali. Impermanence teaches us that everything changes all the time. Seasons come and go, relationships evolve, emotions rise and fall, and even our bodies transform with age. Nothing stays the same forever, not even the most joyful moments or the most challenging ones. This might sound obvious, but truly internalizing this truth can be life-changing. During the holidays, impermanence reminds us to cherish the present moment. When you're sitting around the dinner table laughing with loved ones, pause for a second and soak it in. That exact configuration of people, feelings, and energy will never happen again. Similarly, when things feel overwhelming, like when tensions flare during family gatherings or when plans fall apart, impermanence reassures us that these difficult moments won't last forever either. They'll pass just like clouds drifting across the sky. Now let's talk about another cornerstone of Buddhist thought, non-attachment. Non-attachment doesn't mean detaching yourself from life or becoming indifferent to outcomes. Instead, it means letting go of rigid expectations and clinging less tightly to specific results. For example, imagine preparing an elaborate holiday meal. If you approach it with attachment, thinking, this has to turn out perfectly or else I've failed, you set yourself up for disappointment. But if you embrace non-attachment, you can focus on enjoying the process itself, the chopping, stirring, tasting and sharing, without obsessing over perfection. Paradoxically, this mindset often leads to better outcomes because you're less stressed and more present. Non-attachment extends beyond material possessions or external achievements. It also applies to our thoughts, emotions, and identities. How often do we define ourselves by fleeting states of mind? I'm angry, I'm anxious, or I'm happy. These labels can trap us in limiting stories about who we are. Buddhism encourages us to observe these mental states with curiosity and kindness, recognizing that they're temporary visitors, not permanent fixtures. During the holidays, this perspective can help us navigate emotional ups and downs with greater ease. Whether you're feeling joy, irritation, or sadness, remember, this too shall pass. Another powerful teaching from Buddhism is the concept of compassion, or karuna. Compassion goes beyond empathy. It's the active desire to alleviate suffering both in ourselves and others. Cultivating compassion starts with self-kindness. Many of us are quick to extend care and understanding to others, but struggle to treat ourselves with the same level of warmth. Think about it. Do you criticize yourself harshly for making mistakes? Do you push through exhaustion without taking breaks? Practicing self-compassion means acknowledging your humanity, flaws and all, and offering yourself the same support you'd give to a dear friend. Once you've nurtured compassion within yourself, it naturally flows outward. During the holidays, this might look like listening deeply to a relative who's struggling, forgiving someone who irritates you, or volunteering your time to help those in need. Acts of kindness don't have to be grand gestures. They can be as simple as smiling warmly at a stranger or expressing gratitude to a cashier. Each act ripples outward, creating waves of positivity that benefit everyone involved. Buddhism also emphasizes the importance of gratitude. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you when someone gives you a gift. It's about cultivating a mindset of appreciation for life's blessings, big and small. Even amid hardship, there's always something to be grateful for: the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the sound of laughter, or the ability to breathe freely. Research shows that practicing gratitude rewires the brain for greater happiness and resilience. During the holidays, gratitude can counteract feelings of scarcity or comparison by shifting your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life. Let's take a moment now to practice gratitude together. Close your eyes if you'd like and bring to mind 3 things you're thankful for right now. They could be significant, like your health or relationships, or seemingly minor, like the taste of your favorite snack. As you think of each item, allow yourself to fully feel the gratitude in your body. You might notice warmth in your chest, a smile forming on your lips, or a sense of lightness spreading through you. Take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale slowly. Carry this feeling with you as we continue. Another key aspect of Buddhism is mindfulness meditation, which we touched on briefly in the previous chapter. Meditation serves as a training ground for developing awareness, patience, and equanimity. Through regular practice, we learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. Imagine watching leaves float down a river. You notice their shapes and colors, but you don't grab onto them or try to stop their flow. Meditation helps us develop this same detached yet engaged relationship with our inner experiences. If you're new to meditation, don't worry, it's simpler than it sounds. Start by setting aside a few minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on your breath. Whenever your mind wanders, as it inevitably will, gently guide your attention back to your breathing. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to stay present, even in chaotic situations. During the holidays, this skill becomes invaluable. Whether you're navigating crowded stores, enduring long car rides, or dealing with interpersonal conflicts, mindfulness allows you to respond with clarity instead of reactivity. Now let's address a common concern. Can Buddhist teachings really translate to modern life? After all, many of us live fast-paced, technology-driven lifestyles that seem worlds apart from the monastic traditions of ancient times. The answer is yes, and here's why. While the context has changed, the human condition hasn't. We still grapple with stress, uncertainty, and the search for meaning. Buddhism provides timeless insights into these universal challenges, offering practical solutions that adapt beautifully to contemporary settings. For instance, consider the practice of digital detoxing. In a world dominated by screens, constant notifications can fragment our attention and amplify anxiety. Mindfulness encourages us to create intentional boundaries with technology, to unplug periodically and reconnect with ourselves and nature. During the holidays, this might mean designating phone-free zones during meals or family gatherings, allowing you to engage more fully with those around you. Similarly, Buddhism teaches us to simplify our lives, a principle known as renunciation. Renunciation doesn't mean giving up everything you enjoy. It means letting go of unnecessary distractions and focusing on what truly matters. During the holidays, this might involve scaling back on extravagant gifts or elaborate decorations and instead prioritizing meaningful connections and shared experiences. Simplicity creates space for deeper fulfillment. As we wrap up this chapter, let's reflect on how these teachings can enrich your daily life. Impermanence reminds us to savor the present moment. Non-attachment frees us from the tyranny of expectations. Compassion fosters connection and healing. Gratitude shifts our perspective toward abundance. And mindfulness anchors us in awareness, no matter how turbulent life becomes. Together, these principles form a toolkit for navigating the complexities of modern existence with grace and wisdom. Before moving on, let's take one final moment of stillness together. Place a hand over your heart and take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Feel gratitude for exploring these teachings, for opening yourself up to new possibilities and insights. You're planting seeds of transformation that will continue to grow long after this video ends. Chapter 4: Creating a Daily Meditation Practice. Welcome back to the Mindful Zone. In this chapter, we're going to focus on one of the most transformative habits you can cultivate for your mental, emotional, and physical well-being: a daily meditation practice. If you've ever thought about meditating but weren't sure where to start, or if you've tried it before but struggled to stick with it, this is for you. By the end of this chapter, my hope is that you'll feel inspired and equipped to create a sustainable meditation routine tailored to your unique needs and lifestyle. Let's begin by addressing a common misconception. Meditation isn't reserved for monks, yogis, or people who have hours to spare each day. It's a practice that anyone can integrate into their life, regardless of age, background, or schedule. You don't need special equipment, expensive props, or even a perfectly quiet environment. All you need is a willingness to show up and a little guidance to get started. But why meditate in the first place? Science has shown that regular meditation offers a wide range of benefits, from reducing stress and anxiety to improving focus, emotional regulation, and overall health. During the holidays, a time often marked by busyness and overwhelm, a consistent meditation practice can serve as an anchor, helping you stay grounded amidst the chaos. It's like giving yourself a gift every single day, the gift of presence, peace, and perspective. Now, let's talk about how to build a meditation practice that works for you. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. What matters most is finding a rhythm that feels natural and sustainable. To help you do this, I'll walk you through 5 key steps: setting intentions, creating a space, choosing a technique, establishing consistency, and overcoming obstacles. Let's explore each one in detail. Step 1: setting intentions. Before diving into the mechanics of meditation, take a moment to reflect on why you want to meditate. What draws you to this practice? Are you seeking relief from stress, greater clarity and focus, a deeper connection with yourself or others? Your intention will act as your North Star, guiding you through moments of doubt or resistance. Write it down somewhere visible, a sticky note on your mirror, a reminder on your phone, or a journal entry to keep it fresh in your mind. Intentions also help reframe meditation as an act of self-care rather than another item on your to-do list. Instead of thinking, "I have to meditate," remind yourself, "I choose to meditate because it nourishes my mind and spirit." This subtle shift in language can make a world of difference in how you approach the practice. Step 2. Creating a space. Your meditation space doesn't have to be elaborate or Instagram-worthy. It just needs to feel inviting and supportive. Find a quiet corner of your home where you won't be disturbed, even if it's just a small patch of floor. Add elements that evoke calmness and comfort, such as cushions, blankets, candles, plants, or crystals. Over time, this space will become associated with relaxation and mindfulness, making it easier to settle into your practice. If carving out a dedicated space isn't feasible, Perhaps you live in a shared apartment or travel frequently. You can still create a portable sanctuary. Simply bring along items that ground you, like a favorite scarf or a soothing playlist. Remember, the external environment matters less than the internal state you cultivate within it. Step 3. Choosing a technique. There are countless meditation techniques to choose from, and experimenting with different styles can help you discover what resonates most deeply. Here are a few popular options to consider. Mindfulness meditation. Focus on your breath, bodily sensations, or sounds around you. Whenever your mind wanders, gently guide your attention back to your chosen anchor. This technique builds awareness and trains your ability to stay present. Loving kindness. Meditation. Metta. Cultivate feelings of compassion and goodwill toward yourself and others. Repeat phrases like, "May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be at peace." Then extend these wishes outward to loved ones, acquaintances, strangers, and even those you find challenging. Body scan. Meditation. Slowly direct your attention through different parts of your body, starting at your toes and moving upward. Notice any areas of tension or discomfort, and imagine breathing warmth and relaxation into them. This practice promotes physical relaxation and emotional release. Guided meditations. Listen to recordings led by experienced teachers, which can provide structure and support, especially for beginners. Apps like Insight Timer, Calm, or Headspace offer a wide variety of guided sessions tailored to specific goals, such as sleep improvement, stress reduction, or gratitude cultivation. Don't worry if a particular technique doesn't click right away. Like trying on clothes, it's okay to sample different styles until you find one that fits. What's important is that you enjoy the process and feel motivated to return to it regularly. Step 4. Establishing consistency. Consistency is the secret sauce of any successful meditation practice. While occasional sessions can be beneficial, lasting change comes from showing up repeatedly, even if only for a few minutes a day. Think of meditation like watering a plant. Small, regular efforts yield far better results than sporadic bursts of activity. Start small. Commit to meditating for just 5 minutes a day, ideally at the same time and place. Many people prefer mornings because it sets a positive tone for the rest of the day, but evenings can work too, especially if you struggle with winding down after a busy day. Once you've established a habit, gradually increase the duration to 10, 15, or 20 minutes, or whatever feels sustainable for you. To reinforce consistency, pair meditation with an existing habit. For example, meditate immediately after brushing your teeth, drinking your morning coffee, or taking a shower. Linking new behaviors to established routines makes them easier to remember and maintain. Step 5. Overcoming obstacles. Let's face it. Building a meditation practice isn't always easy. Life gets in the way, distractions pile up, and self-doubt creeps in. Here are some common challenges and strategies for navigating them. I don't have enough time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but how we use them varies widely. If you truly believe you're too busy to meditate, ask yourself, am I prioritizing activities that align with my values? Even stealing 5 minutes during lunch or before bed can make a difference. My mind won't stop racing. This is completely normal and actually part of the practice. Meditation isn't about silencing your thoughts, it's about observing them without judgment. Each time you notice your mind wandering, congratulate yourself for catching it and gently return to your anchor. Over time, this process strengthens your ability to focus. I don't see immediate results. Like exercise or learning a musical instrument, meditation yields gradual benefits. Trust the process and trust yourself. Keep showing up even when progress feels invisible. Remember, transformation happens beneath the surface long before it becomes apparent above it. I forget to meditate. Reminders can help. Set alarms on your phone, leave sticky notes in visible places, or enlist accountability partners, friends, or family members who share your commitment to mindfulness. Now, let's pause here for a practical exercise. Find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down, and close your eyes if you'd like. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for 2 counts, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Allow your body to relax with each exhale, releasing any tension you might be holding on to. For the next minute or two, focus on your breath. Feel the cool air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs and expanding your chest. Then notice the warm air leaving your body, carrying away stress and clutter. If your mind starts to wander, which it inevitably will, acknowledge the thought without judgment and gently guide your attention back to your breath. Pause for silence, accompanied by soft ambient sounds like flowing water or distant wind chimes. How did that feel? Did you notice any shifts in your body or mind? Perhaps you felt calmer, more centered, or simply more aware of your surroundings. These subtle changes are signs that meditation is working, even if they don't feel dramatic at first. With consistent practice, these moments of clarity and calm will deepen and expand. As we near the end of this chapter, let's revisit the bigger picture. Meditation isn't just about sitting quietly for a few minutes each day. It's about cultivating qualities like patience, kindness, and resilience that ripple outward into every area of your life. During the holidays, this might look like responding to conflict with understanding instead of defensiveness, savoring simple pleasures instead of rushing past them, or finding joy in the imperfect beauty of human connection. Finally, let's acknowledge that meditation is a journey, not a destination. Some days will feel effortless and profound, others may feel frustrating or mundane. That's okay. Every session contributes to your growth, whether you realize it or not. The key is to keep showing up again and again with an open heart and a curious mind. Before we move on, let's take one final moment of stillness together. Close your eyes if you'd like, and place a hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Feel gratitude for taking this step toward greater presence and peace, for investing in yourself and your well-being. You're planting seeds of transformation that will continue to bloom long after this video ends. Chapter 5. Managing Stress. Through mindful breathing. Welcome back to the Mindful Zone. In this chapter, we're going to explore one of the simplest yet most powerful tools for managing stress during the holidays and beyond: mindful breathing. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the demands of the season, or if you simply want to deepen your connection with yourself, this practice will serve as a lifeline. By learning how to harness the power of your breath, you can transform moments of tension into opportunities for calm, clarity, and renewal. Let's start with a fundamental truth. Your breath is always with you. It's the thread that connects every moment of your life, from the first inhale you took as a newborn to the very breath you're taking right now. Yet despite its constant presence, many of us rarely pay attention to it. We breathe unconsciously, automatically, without giving it much thought. But when we bring awareness to our breath, something extraordinary happens. It becomes a gateway to the present moment, a tool for grounding ourselves in the here and now. Mindful breathing isn't about changing your breath or forcing it into some ideal pattern. Instead, it's about noticing it exactly as it is, its pace, depth, texture, and rhythm. When you focus on your breath, you create a bridge between your body and mind, allowing you to step out of autopilot and reconnect with what's real. During the holidays, when stress levels often spike, this simple act can be profoundly restorative. To understand why mindful breathing works so well, let's delve into the science behind it. When you're stressed, your body enters fight or flight mode, a primal response designed to protect you from danger. Your heart rate increases, your muscles tense up, and your breathing becomes shallow and rapid. While this reaction was useful for our ancestors facing physical threats like predators, it's less helpful when triggered by modern-day stressors like holiday shopping or family disagreements. Mindful breathing activates the opposite system, the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes relaxation and restoration. By slowing down your breathing and focusing on each inhale and exhale, you signal to your brain that it's safe to relax. This shift has a cascading effect throughout your body, lowering your heart rate, reducing blood pressure, and calming your mind. In essence, mindful breathing acts as a reset button, an instant antidote to overwhelm. Now let's talk about how to practice mindful breathing effectively. Like any skill, it requires patience and repetition, but the basics are surprisingly straightforward. Here's a step-by-step guide to get you started. Find a comfortable position. You don't need to sit cross-legged on the floor unless that feels natural to you. You can lie down, sit in a chair, or even stand, whatever allows you to feel relaxed and alert. Keep your spine straight, and let your hands rest gently in your lap or on your knees. Close your eyes, optional. Closing your eyes can help minimize distractions, but if you prefer to keep them open, soften your gaze and focus on a neutral point in front of you. Bring awareness to your breath. Take a few natural breaths, observing how your body moves with each inhale and exhale. Notice the sensation of air entering and leaving your nostrils, the rise and fall of your chest, or the expansion and contraction of your abdomen. There's no right or wrong way to observe your breath. Just notice whatever feels most prominent to you. Deepen your breath, if desired. While mindful breathing doesn't require controlled breathing, intentionally deepening your inhales and exhales can enhance relaxation. Try inhaling deeply through your nose for a count of 4, holding for 2 counts, and exhaling slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat this cycle several times, feeling the calming effect spiral through your body. Anchor your attention as thoughts inevitably arise, and they will. Acknowledge them without judgment, and gently guide your focus back to your breath. Think of your breath as an anchor, keeping you tethered to the present moment. Each time you return to it, you strengthen your ability to stay grounded. Let's try this together now. Find a comfortable position and close your eyes if you'd like. And take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for 2 counts, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Allow your body to settle into stillness, releasing any tension you might be carrying. Now, bring your full attention to your breath. Feel the cool air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs, and expanding your chest. Then notice the warm air leaving your body, carrying away stress and clutter. If your mind starts to wander, which it inevitably will, acknowledge the thought without judgment and gently guide your attention back to your breath. Let's continue this for another minute or 2. Pause for silence, accompanied by soft ambient sounds like ocean waves or distant wind chimes. How did that feel? Did you notice any shifts in your body or mind? Perhaps you felt calmer, more centered, or simply more aware of your surroundings. These subtle changes are signs that mindful breathing is working, even if they don't feel dramatic at first. Over time, these moments of presence accumulate, leading to lasting transformation. One of the beautiful things about mindful breathing is its accessibility. Unlike other forms of meditation which may require props or specific conditions, your breath is always available to you. Whether you're stuck in traffic, waiting in line in a store, or lying awake at night, you can turn to your breath as a source of comfort and stability. During the holidays, this portability makes mindful breathing an invaluable tool for navigating stress-inducing situations with grace and ease. For example, imagine you're hosting a large family gathering and tensions begin to rise. Instead of reacting impulsively or retreating into frustration, you can pause and take 3 deliberate breaths. As you do, you create a moment of space, a chance to respond thoughtfully instead of reactively. Similarly, if you find yourself overwhelmed by a packed schedule or mounting responsibilities, mindful breathing can help you regroup and refocus. Another benefit of mindful breathing is its ability to interrupt negative thought patterns. Have you ever noticed how stress often spirals into a loop of worry, self-criticism, or rumination? Mindful breathing breaks this cycle by redirecting your attention to the present moment. Rather than getting caught up in stories about the past, or future, you anchor yourself in the reality of now. This shift not only reduces anxiety but also fosters greater clarity and perspective. Let's explore a variation of mindful breathing called box breathing, which is particularly effective for managing acute stress. Box breathing involves inhaling, holding, exhaling, and pausing for equal counts, creating a steady, rhythmic flow. To practice, follow these steps. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 4. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 4. Pause and hold your breath again for a count of 4. Repeat the cycle several times, feeling your body relax with each round. Box breathing is especially useful in high-pressure situations because it engages both your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems, promoting balance and equilibrium. Try using it next time you feel your stress levels rising. It might just become your go-to technique for staying calm under pressure. Now let's address a common concern. What if I struggle to focus on my breath? Many people find it challenging to concentrate, especially when their minds are racing or their environments are noisy. If this resonates with you, remember that mindfulness isn't about achieving perfection. It's about practicing presence. Even catching yourself zoning out and returning to your breath is progress. Each repetition strengthens your mental muscle, making it easier to stay focused over time. If distractions persist, consider experimenting with guided breathing exercises. Apps, podcasts, or videos led by experienced instructors can provide structure and support, helping you stay engaged. Alternatively, you can pair your breath with a visual cue, such as watching the flame of a candle flicker or imagining waves washing over a sandy beach. These anchors can make the practice feel more tangible and immersive. Finally, let's talk about integrating mindful breathing into your daily routine. While formal sessions are beneficial, informal practices can be equally impactful. For instance, you might incorporate mindful breathing into everyday activities like brushing your teeth, drinking tea, or walking outside. Simply pay attention to your breath as you move through these tasks, allowing it to guide you back to the present moment whenever your mind wanders. During the holidays, mindful breathing can also serve as a foundation for gratitude and joy. As you inhale, imagine drawing in positive energy, love, or appreciation. As you exhale, picture releasing negativity, tension, or doubt. This visualization adds an emotional layer to the practice, enhancing its transformative potential. As we near the end of this chapter, let's reflect on the broader implications of mindful breathing. Beyond managing stress, it teaches us to embrace impermanence, the ever-changing nature of life. Just as your breath flows in and out, so too do emotions, circumstances, and relationships ebb and flow. By aligning yourself with this rhythm, you cultivate resilience, acceptance, and peace. Before we move on, let's take one final moment of stillness together. Close your eyes if you'd like and place a hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Feel gratitude for showing up here today, for taking this step toward greater presence and calm. You're building a toolkit of mindfulness practices that will sustain you not only during the holidays, but throughout your entire life. Chapter 6. Practicing Gratitude Amidst Chaos. Welcome back to the Mindful Zone. In this chapter, we're going to explore one of the most transformative practices you can cultivate, not just during the holidays, but throughout your entire life: gratitude. Gratitude has the power to shift your perspective, deepen your connections, and infuse even the most chaotic moments with meaning and joy. By the end of this chapter, my hope is that you'll feel inspired to embrace gratitude as a daily habit and discover how it can help you navigate the ups and downs of the holiday season with greater ease and fulfillment. Let's begin by acknowledging something important. Life isn't always easy. Even during the holidays, a time often associated with cheer and celebration, challenges abound. Family dynamics can be complicated, financial pressures may loom large, Unrealistic expectations, whether self-imposed or societal, can weigh heavily on our shoulders. And yet, amidst all this complexity, there's always something to be grateful for if we take the time to look. Gratitude isn't about denying difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it's about noticing the goodness that exists alongside the struggles. It's about training your mind to focus on what's working rather than fixating on what's not. During the holidays, when stress levels tend to spike, practicing gratitude can act as an anchor, a way to stay grounded in the present moment and connected to what truly matters. But why does gratitude have such a profound impact? Research shows that cultivating gratitude rewires the brain for greater happiness and resilience. Studies have found that people who regularly practice gratitude experience improved mood, stronger relationships, better sleep, and even enhanced physical health. One reason for this is that gratitude shifts our attention away from scarcity and comparison to common sources of dissatisfaction and toward abundance and appreciation. When we focus on what we do have rather than what we lack, we open ourselves up to greater contentment and peace. Now let's talk about how to practice gratitude effectively. Like any skill, gratitude requires intention and repetition. It's not enough to simply think, "I'm grateful," once in a while. To reap its full benefits, you need to make it a consistent part of your routine. Here are some practical strategies to help you get started. 1. Keep a gratitude journal. One of the simplest and most effective ways to cultivate gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, or even just a few times a week, write down 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be monumental achievements. In fact, the smaller and more specific, the better. For example, instead of writing, "I'm grateful for my family," try, "I'm grateful for the laughter I shared with my sister over breakfast." This specificity helps deepen your awareness of life's blessings. Over time, your gratitude journal becomes a record of positivity, a reminder of all the good things that exist, even on tough days. During the holidays, when emotions run high and stress levels rise, flipping through your journal can provide a much-needed dose of perspective and encouragement. 2. Express gratitude. Out loud while writing down your thoughts is powerful. Verbalizing your gratitude amplifies its impact. Take a moment each day to thank someone, whether it's a loved one, a colleague, or even a stranger. You might say, "Thank you for making dinner tonight," or "I appreciate how hard you've been working lately." These small acts of acknowledgement not only strengthen your relationships, but also reinforce your own sense of gratitude. During the holidays, expressing gratitude becomes especially meaningful. Imagine sending a heartfelt note to a friend who supported you this year, or thanking a family member for hosting everyone despite the effort involved. These gestures create ripples of kindness and connection that benefit both giver and receiver. 3. Practice gratitude in challenging moments. This might sound counterintuitive, but some of the most powerful opportunities for gratitude arise during difficult times. When life feels overwhelming, ask yourself, what can I find to be grateful for right now? Maybe it's the warmth of your bed on a cold morning, the taste of your favorite snack, or the fact that you're alive to experience another day. During the holidays, this practice can be particularly impactful. For instance, if tensions flare during a family gathering, you might pause and reflect on what you're grateful for about that person. Perhaps their humor, their generosity, or simply the fact that they're part of your life. This shift in perspective doesn't erase conflict, but it can soften its edges and open the door to resolution. 4. Create gratitude rituals. Rituals provide structure and consistency, making it easier to integrate gratitude into your daily life. For example, you might start each morning by listing 3 things you're thankful for before getting out of bed. Or at dinner time, you go around the table and ask everyone to share one highlight from their day. These rituals not only foster gratitude, but also create moments of connection and presence. During the holidays, consider incorporating gratitude into existing traditions. Before opening gifts, take a moment to express appreciation for the people around you. Or After a meal, invite everyone to share something they're grateful for about the past year. These small additions enrich the experience, transforming ordinary moments into opportunities for reflection and bonding. Now, let's pause here for a practical exercise. Find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down, and close your eyes if you'd like. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for 2 counts, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Allow your body to relax with each exhale, releasing any tension you might be holding on to. For the next minute or two, bring to mind 3 things you're grateful for right now. They can be big or small, significant or seemingly insignificant. As you think of each item, allow yourself to fully feel the gratitude in your body. You might notice warmth in your chest, a smile forming on your lips, or a sense of lightness spreading through you. Take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Carry this feeling with you as we continue. How did that feel? Did you notice any shifts in your body or mind? Perhaps you felt calmer, more centered, or simply more aware of the abundance in your life. These subtle changes are signs that gratitude is working, even if they don't feel dramatic at first. Over time, these moments of appreciation accumulate, leading to lasting transformation. Let's explore another powerful aspect of gratitude, its ability to reframe challenges. When life feels chaotic or unfair, it's easy to fall into a mindset of scarcity, focusing on what's missing or what's gone wrong. Gratitude interrupts this pattern by reminding us of what's still intact. For example, imagine you're in traffic on the way to a holiday event. Instead of stewing in frustration, you might reflect on the fact that you have a car to drive, fuel to power it, and a destination worth reaching. This shift in perspective doesn't eliminate the inconvenience, but it reduces its emotional weight. Similarly, gratitude can help us navigate loss or disappointment. If plans fall through or expectations aren't met, we can choose to focus on what remains, the love of those around us, the effort that went into preparation, or the lessons learned along the way. While it's natural to grieve what's lost, gratitude allows us to find beauty in imperfection and meaning in adversity. Another benefit of gratitude is its ripple effect. When you express appreciation, it inspires others to do the same. Imagine complimenting a co-worker on their hard work. They might pay it forward by thanking someone else. Similarly, sharing gratitude within your family creates a culture of kindness and mutual support. During the holidays, this ripple effect becomes even more pronounced, as acts of gratitude spread warmth and goodwill far beyond their initial recipients. Now, let's address a common concern. What if I struggle to feel grateful? It's normal to encounter resistance, especially when life feels particularly challenging. If this resonates with you, remember that gratitude is a practice, not a permanent state. You don't have to feel grateful all the time. Sometimes simply choosing to focus on gratitude is enough. Over time, this intentional effort trains your brain to notice the positive aspects of life more readily. If finding gratitude feels difficult, consider starting with neutral observations. For example, instead of searching for something to be thankful for, simply notice what's present. The chair supporting your body, the air filling your lungs, the sound of birds outside. These observations lay the groundwork for deeper appreciation, helping you reconnect with the richness of the present moment. Finally, let's talk about how gratitude intersects with mindfulness. Both practices involve paying attention, but while mindfulness focuses on the entirety of your experience, gratitude zeroes in on the positive aspects. Together they form a powerful duo, enabling you to stay present and appreciative, even in the midst of chaos. During the holidays, this combination can be especially transformative, helping you savor simple pleasures, navigate interpersonal dynamics, and maintain a sense of perspective. As we end this chapter, let's reflect on the broader implications of gratitude. Beyond improving individual well-being, it fosters a sense of interconnectedness. a recognition that we're all part of something larger than ourselves, whether it's appreciating nature, acknowledging the efforts of others, or celebrating shared experiences. Gratitude reminds us life is a journey filled with moments worth cherishing. Before we move on, let's take one final moment of stillness together. Close your eyes if you'd like, and place a hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Feel gratitude for showing up here today, for taking this step toward greater presence and joy. You're planting seeds of transformation that will continue to bloom long after this video ends. Chapter 7. Setting Boundaries Without Guilt. Welcome back to the Mindful Zone. In this chapter, we're going to explore one of the most challenging yet essential skills for navigating not just the holidays, but life itself: setting boundaries without guilt. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by commitments, drained by people-pleasing, or trapped by unrealistic expectations, this is for you. By the end of the chapter, my hope is that you'll feel empowered to create healthy limits that honor your needs while fostering deeper, more authentic connections with those around you. Let's begin by acknowledging a universal truth. Boundaries are acts of self-care. They're not selfish, they're necessary. Yet, many of us struggle to set them because we fear disappointing others, being perceived as unkind, or causing conflict. During the holidays, a time often marked by social obligations, family gatherings, and heightened expectations, this struggle becomes even more pronounced. But here's the thing. Saying yes to everything doesn't make you a better person. It makes you exhausted, resentful, and disconnected from what truly matters. Setting boundaries isn't about shutting people out or avoiding responsibility. It's about creating space for what nourishes you, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. It's about recognizing that your energy is finite and choosing how to allocate it wisely. Think of yourself as a pitcher of water. Every yes you give pours a little bit out. If you keep pouring without refilling, you'll eventually run dry. Boundaries ensure that you have enough left in the pitcher to care for yourself and, paradoxically, to show up more fully for others. Now let's talk about why boundaries are particularly important during the holidays. This season often comes with an avalanche of demands: hosting parties, attending events, shopping for gifts, traveling to see loved ones, and juggling work deadlines. Add to that the emotional weight of unresolved family dynamics, societal pressures, and financial stress, and it's no wonder so many of us feel stretched thin. Without clear boundaries, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters: your well-being, your values, and your relationships. But setting boundaries isn't always easy. It requires courage, clarity, and compassion for both yourself and others. Here's a framework to help you navigate this process effectively. Step 1. Identify your limits. Before you can communicate your boundaries, you need to know what they are. Take some time to reflect on what feels manageable and what doesn't. Ask yourself, what activities energize me and which ones drain me? How much social interaction do I need to feel connected without feeling overwhelmed? What financial, emotional, or physical limits am I comfortable with? For example, if attending multiple holiday gatherings leaves you feeling frazzled, you might decide to limit yourself to 1 or 2 events. Or if gifts create undue stress, you could suggest alternatives like secret Santa exchanges or homemade presents. The key is to tune into your inner wisdom and trust what feels right for you. Step 2. Communicate clearly and kindly. Once you've identified your boundaries, the next step is to communicate them. This is where many people hesitate, fearing rejection or conflict. But remember, setting boundaries isn't about controlling others. It's about expressing your needs respectfully. When communicating your boundaries, use I statements to take ownership of your feelings and avoid sounding accusatory. For instance, instead of saying, "You always expect too much from me," try, "I'm feeling stretched thin this holiday season and I need to prioritize my energy." Frame your request positively emphasizing what you can do rather than focusing solely on what you can't. For example, if you're unable to host a large family dinner, you might say, "I'd love to spend time with everyone, but hosting feels overwhelming for me right now. Would anyone be open to meeting at a restaurant instead?" This approach invites collaboration and reduces the likelihood of defensiveness. Step 3. Be prepared for pushback. Not everyone will respond positively to your boundaries, and that's okay. Some people may feel hurt, frustrated, or resistant, especially if they're accustomed to you always saying yes. While their reactions are valid, they're also not your responsibility. You can acknowledge their feelings without compromising your limits. For example, if someone expresses disappointment about your decision, you might respond with empathy. "I understand that this might be disappointing, and I appreciate your honesty. My priority right now is taking care of myself, so I can show up fully when we do spend time together." This response validates their emotions while reinforcing your commitment to your boundaries. Step 4. Practice self-compassion. Even when you communicate your boundaries clearly and kindly, guilt may still creep in. You might worry that you're letting others down or falling short of societal ideals. When these thoughts arise, remind yourself that setting boundaries is an act of kindness, not just for you but for everyone involved. By honoring your limits, you model healthy behavior and create opportunities for deeper, more authentic connections. Self-compassion also involves reframing guilt as a sign of growth. Feeling guilty means you care deeply about your relationships, but it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. Instead of berating yourself, offer words of encouragement. "I'm learning to take care of myself, and that's a good thing. It's okay to prioritize my well-being." Over time, this practice will strengthen your confidence and resilience. Now let's pause here for a practical exercise. Find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down, and close your eyes if you'd like. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for 2 counts, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Allow your body to relax with each exhale, releasing any tension you might be holding on to. For the next minute or two, bring to mind a situation where you've struggled to set boundaries. Maybe it's agreeing to plans you didn't want to attend, taking on tasks that please your energy, or suppressing your needs to please others. As you reflect on this experience, notice how it made you feel, physically, emotionally, mentally. Did you feel tense, anxious, or resentful? Now imagine how things might have been different if you'd communicated your needs clearly and kindly. Picture yourself standing firm in your boundaries, surrounded by understanding and support. Take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Carry this vision with you as we continue. How did that feel? Did you notice any shifts in your body or mind? Perhaps you felt lighter, more grounded, or simply more aware of the power of boundaries. These subtle changes are signs that you're already beginning to embrace this practice, even if it feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable at first. Let's explore another powerful aspect of boundaries, their role in fostering authenticity. You set limits. You create space to show up as your true self, without pretense or overextension. During the holidays, this might look like declining invitations that don't align with your values, speaking honestly about your needs, or prioritizing activities that bring you joy. Authenticity not only strengthens your sense of self, but also deepens your relationships, as others come to know and appreciate the real you. Similarly, boundaries can help you navigate interpersonal conflicts. Imagine a scenario where a relative repeatedly criticizes your choices or pushes you to engage in activities you dislike. Without boundaries, you might internalize their comments or suppress your feelings, leading to resentment and disconnection. With boundaries, however, you can address the issue directly. "I value our relationship, but I feel hurt when you criticize my decisions. Could we find a way to talk about this differently?" This approach fosters mutual respect and opens the door to resolution. Another benefit of boundaries is their ability to protect your energy. During the holidays, it's easy to fall into the trap of committing, saying yes to every invitation, volunteering for every task, or trying to please everyone. While these actions may seem generous, they often leave you depleted and unable to enjoy the moments that truly matter. Boundaries allow you to conserve your energy for what's most important, whether it's spending quality time with loved ones, engaging in meaningful traditions, or simply resting and recharging. Now let's address a common concern. What if setting boundaries feels too difficult? It's natural to encounter resistance, especially if you're new to this practice. If this resonates with you, start small. Choose one implement, a manageable step that feels achievable, and build from there. For example, you might decline a single invitation, delegate a task, or carve out 30 minutes of alone time each day. Each success will boost your confidence and encourage you to take bigger steps in the future. If pushback feels daunting, consider framing your boundaries as experiments rather than permanent decisions. For instance, instead of declaring, "I can't host this year," you might say, "I'd like to try something different this year," and feels. This approach reduces pressure and allows flexibility, making it easier to adapt as needed. Finally, let's talk about how boundaries intersect with mindfulness. Both practices involve tuning into your inner experience and responding with intention. When you set boundaries, you're practicing mindful self-awareness, listening to your body, honoring your emotions, and acting in alignment with your values. During the holidays, this combination can be especially transformative, helping you stay present, centered, and connected to what truly matters. As we near the end of this chapter, let's reflect on the broader implications of boundaries. Beyond improving individual well-being, they foster healthier, more equitable relationships. When you set limits, you teach others how to treat you and invite them to do the same. This mutual respect creates a foundation of trust and reciprocity, enriching your interactions and deepening your connections. Before we move on, let's take one final moment of stillness together. Close your eyes if you'd like and place a hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in. Hold for 2 counts and exhale fully. Gratitude for showing up here today, for taking a step toward greater balance and empowerment. You're planting seeds of transformation that will continue to bloom long after this video ends. Chapter 8. Embracing Imperfection. Welcome back to the Mindful Zone. In this chapter, we're going to explore one of the most liberating, yet often overlooked practices for navigating not just the holidays, but life itself, embracing imperfection. If you've ever felt the pressure to make everything flawless during the holidays, or if you struggle with self-criticism when things don't go as planned, this is for you. By the end of this chapter, my hope is that you'll feel inspired to let go of perfectionism and discover how imperfection can actually enhance your experience of the season. Let's begin by acknowledging something important. Perfection is an illusion. No matter how hard we try, we'll always have flaws, and that's okay. In fact, it's beautiful. Think about it. The cracked glaze on a handmade mug tells a story of craftsmanship and uniqueness. The uneven edges of a child's drawing reflect their creativity and effort. Even nature, with its asymmetrical leaves and jagged mountain peaks, reminds us that beauty exists beyond symmetry and precision. During the holidays, imperfection becomes especially poignant because it reflects the reality of human connection, messy, unpredictable, and deeply meaningful. But why do we cling so tightly to the idea of perfection? Much of it stems from societal expectations and cultural narratives, from glossy magazine spreads showcasing picture-perfect holiday scenes to social media feeds filled with curated images of joy and abundance. We're constantly bombarded with messages that tell us our celebrations must be flawless. Add to that the pressure to create lasting memories for loved ones, and it's no wonder many of us feel overwhelmed by the need to get it right. Perfectionism isn't just exhausting, it's also isolating. When we strive for flawlessness, we set ourselves up for disappointment because nothing will ever meet our impossibly high standards. Worse still, we risk missing out on the very moments that make life rich and rewarding. The laughter that erupts when a recipe goes awry, the warmth of shared vulnerability during heartfelt conversations, or the quiet satisfaction of simply being present. Now let's talk about why embracing imperfection is so transformative, not just during the holidays, but throughout your entire life. At its core, imperfection teaches us to let go of control and embrace uncertainty. It invites us to see challenges not as failures, but as opportunities for growth and creativity. And perhaps most importantly, it reminds us that we are human, flawed, resilient, and unique. During the holidays, this mindset can profoundly shift your experience. Instead of obsessing over whether every detail is perfect, you can focus on what truly matters: connection, presence, and joy. Imagine baking cookies with children and allowing them to decorate freely even if the results are messy. Or envision hosting a gathering where everyone pitches in regardless of skill level, creating a sense of camaraderie rather than competition. These imperfect moments often become the most cherished memories, the ones we look back on with fondness and laughter. To help you embrace imperfection effectively, here are some practical strategies to guide you along the way. 1. Reframe your perspective. Start by shifting your mindset around imperfection. Instead of viewing flaws as shortcomings, see them as evidence of effort, authenticity, and humanity. For example, if your holiday table setting doesn't match Pinterest-worthy aesthetics, remind yourself that the mismatched plates and napkins tell a story of resourcefulness and individuality. Similarly, if a family tradition falls flat or a gift exchange feels awkward, acknowledge that these hiccups are part of the shared experience. They make the moment real and relatable. One powerful exercise is to intentionally seek out beauty in imperfection. Take a walk outside and notice the cracks in the sidewalk, the asymmetry of tree branches, or the faded colors of autumn leaves lingering into winter. Reflect on how these imperfections add character and depth to the world around you. Over time, this practice will train your eye to appreciate the imperfect beauty in your own life. 2. Celebrate effort over outcome. Perfectionism often leads us to judge ourselves harshly based on results. But true fulfillment comes from the process, the effort, intention, and care we put into something, not the final product. During the holidays, this might mean focusing on the joy of cooking a meal together rather than worrying about whether it's restaurant quality. Or it could involve savoring the act of wrapping gifts by hand, even if the bows aren't perfectly tied. To reinforce this mindset, consider adopting a mantra like, "It's the thought that counts," or "progress over perfection." Repeat these phrases whenever you find yourself slipping into self-criticism. Over time, they'll help you prioritize meaning over appearance. 3. Practice self-compassion. Letting go of perfectionism requires cultivating kindness toward yourself. When mistakes happen, as they inevitably will, offer yourself the same understanding and patience you'd extend to a friend. For instance, if you burn the turkey or forget someone's gift, remind yourself that errors are a natural part of life. They don't define your worth or diminish your efforts. Self-compassion also involves reframing guilt as a sign of growth. Feeling guilty means you care deeply about doing your best, but it doesn't mean you're failing. Instead of berating yourself, offer words of encouragement. "I'm learning to embrace imperfection, and that's a good thing. It's okay to let go of unrealistic standards." Over time, this practice will strengthen your confidence and resilience. 4. Normalize mistakes. 1. Of the most effective ways to embrace imperfection is to normalize mistakes for yourself and others. Share stories of times when things didn't go as planned, but turned out to be memorable anyway. For example, recount the year you accidentally burned the pie crust but ended up laughing about it for hours. Or share how a last-minute change in plans led to an unexpected adventure. These anecdotes not only lighten the mood, but also create a culture of acceptance and humor. During the holidays, consider incorporating playful rituals that celebrate imperfection. For instance, host a ugly sweater party where everyone wears mismatched or outrageous outfits. Or organize a bake-fail contest, encouraging participants to bring their most hilariously flawed creations. These activities foster connection and remind everyone that perfection isn't the goal, fun and authenticity are. Now let's pause here for a practical exercise. Find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down, and close your eyes if you'd like. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for 2 counts, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Allow your body to relax with each exhale, releasing any tension you might be holding on to. For the next minute or two, bring to mind a recent mistake or imperfection that caused you stress or frustration. Maybe it was a burnt dish, a forgotten task, or a miscommunication with a loved one. As you reflect on this experience, notice how it made you feel, physically, emotionally, mentally. Did you feel tense, anxious, or self-critical? Now imagine reframing the situation. What lessons did you learn? How did it bring people closer together? What humor or wisdom can you extract from it? Picture yourself embracing the imperfection with curiosity and kindness. Take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Carry this perspective with you as we continue. How did that feel? Did you notice any shifts in your body or mind? Perhaps you felt lighter, more grounded, or simply more accepting of life's unpredictability. These subtle changes are signs that you're already beginning to embrace imperfection, even if it feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable at first. Let's explore another powerful aspect of imperfection, its role in fostering creativity. When we let go of rigid expectations, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and solutions. During the holidays, this might look like improvising a menu when ingredients run short, finding creative ways to include absent loved ones in celebrations, or turning unexpected mishaps into cherished traditions. Imperfection sparks innovation and encourages us to think outside the box. Similarly, imperfection can help us navigate interpersonal dynamics. Imagine a scenario where a relative criticizes your imperfect efforts, whether it's a hastily wrapped gift or a cluttered living room. Without defensiveness, you might respond with humor and grace. Nothing's perfect, but I hope you can feel the love behind it. This approach diffuses tension and invites others to join you in celebrating authenticity. Another benefit of embracing imperfection is its ability to reduce stress. When we release the need for everything to be flawless, we free up energy to focus on what truly matters: connection, gratitude, and presence. During the holidays, this mindset allows us to move through the chaos with greater ease and flexibility, knowing that mistakes are not failures, but opportunities for growth. Now let's address a common concern. What if embracing imperfection feels too difficult? It's natural to encounter resistance, especially if you've spent years striving for perfection. If this resonates with you, start small. Choose one area of your life to experiment with letting go, whether it's decorating your home, planning an event, or tackling a project. Each success will boost your confidence and encourage you to take bigger steps in the future. If self-criticism persists, consider journaling about your experiences. Write down moments of imperfection, reflecting on what went wrong and how you responded. Then reframe the narrative. What positive outcomes arose from the situation? How did it deepen your relationships or teach you valuable lessons? This practice helps rewire your brain to see imperfection as a source of strength rather than shame. Finally, let's talk about how imperfection intersects with mindfulness. Both practices involve tuning into the present moment and responding with curiosity and compassion. When you embrace imperfection, you're practicing mindful awareness, observing reality as it is without judgment or resistance. During the holidays, this combination can be especially transformative, helping you stay present, centered, and connected to what truly matters. As we near the end of this chapter, let's reflect on the broader implications of imperfection. Beyond improving individual well-being, it fosters healthier, more authentic relationships. When you let go of perfectionism, you invite others to do the same, creating a culture of acceptance and mutual support. This shared vulnerability enriches your interactions and deepens your connections. Before we move on, let's take one final moment of stillness together. Close your eyes if you'd like and place a hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Feel gratitude for showing up here today, for taking this step toward greater freedom and authenticity. You're planting seeds of transformation that will continue to bloom long after this video ends. Chapter 9. Cultivating compassion for yourself. Others. Welcome back to the Mindful Zone. In this chapter, we're going to explore one of the most transformative practices you can cultivate, not just during the holidays, but throughout your entire life: compassion. Compassion is the ability to feel and act with kindness, understanding, and care for yourself and others. It's a powerful antidote to stress, conflict, and disconnection. By the end of this chapter, my hope is that you'll feel inspired to embrace compassion as a daily habit and discover how it can help you navigate the ups and downs of the holiday season with greater ease, connection, and fulfillment. Let's begin by acknowledging something profound. Compassion starts with you. Many of us are quick to extend care and support to others, but struggle to offer the same level of kindness to ourselves. We criticize our mistakes, dwell on perceived shortcomings, and push through exhaustion without taking breaks. Yet, self-compassion is the foundation upon which all other forms of compassion are built. When you treat yourself with warmth and understanding, you create a reservoir of love and patience that naturally overflows into your relationships with others. Self-compassion isn't about indulgence or self-pity. It's about recognizing your humanity and treating yourself with the same care you'd offer a dear friend. During the holidays, when stress levels often spike and expectations run high, practicing self-compassion becomes especially important. It allows you to navigate challenges with grace and resilience, rather than falling into cycles of guilt, frustration, or burnout. Now, let's talk about why self-compassion matters so much. Research shows that cultivating self-compassion improves emotional well-being, reduces anxiety and depression, and enhances overall life satisfaction. People who practice self-compassion tend to be more resilient in the face of adversity, better able to cope with failure, and less likely to engage in destructive behaviors like procrastination or self-criticism. But what does self-compassion look like in action? According to psychologist Dr. Kristin Neff, self-compassion has 3 core components: self-kindness versus self-judgment. Self-kindness means being gentle and supportive toward yourself, especially during difficult times. Instead of berating yourself for making a mistake, you acknowledge your pain and offer words of comfort. I'm only human. Everyone makes mistakes. I'll learn from this and move forward. Common humanity versus isolation. Recognizing that suffering and imperfection are part of the shared human experience helps you feel less alone. When you mess up or feel overwhelmed, remind yourself, this is hard, but I'm not the only one going through this. Others have felt this way too, and they've found a way through. Mindfulness versus over-identification. Mindfulness involves observing your thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. When you're mindful of your struggles, you neither suppress nor exaggerate them. You simply acknowledge them with curiosity and balance. During the holidays, self-compassion might look like giving yourself permission to rest when you're tired, forgiving yourself for not meeting every expectation, or seeking support when you need it. These small acts of kindness accumulate, creating a sense of safety and trust within yourself. To help you cultivate self-compassion effectively, here are some practical strategies to guide you along the way. 1. Practice self-compassionate language play. Attention to how you speak to yourself, especially during challenging moments. Do you use harsh, critical language? If so, try reframing your inner dialogue with kindness. For example, instead of saying, I ruined everything, try, I did my best, and that's enough. You might also experiment with writing a letter to yourself from the perspective of a compassionate friend. Dear your name, I know you're feeling stressed right now, but I want you to remember how strong and capable you are. 2. Use guided meditations. Loving kindness meditation, or metta, is a powerful tool for cultivating compassion. This practice involves silently repeating phrases like, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be safe, may I live with ease. Once you've directed these wishes toward yourself, extend them outward, to loved ones, acquaintances, strangers, and even those you find challenging. Over time, this practice strengthens your capacity for empathy and connection. 3. Create rituals of self-care. Compassion isn't just about words, it's also about actions. Incorporate rituals into your daily routine that nurture your body, mind, and spirit. For example, you might take a long bath, go for a walk in nature, journal your thoughts, or simply sit quietly with a cup of tea. These moments of intentional care reinforce your commitment to treating yourself with love and respect. Now, let's pause here for a practical exercise. Find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down, and close your eyes if you'd like. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for 2 counts, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Allow your body to relax with each exhale, releasing any tension you might be holding on to. For the next minute or two, bring to mind a recent challenge or mistake that caused you stress or frustration. Maybe it was an argument with a loved one, a project that didn't go as planned, or simply feeling overwhelmed by holiday preparations. As you reflect on this experience, notice how it made you feel physically, emotionally, mentally. Did you feel tense, anxious, or self-critical? Now imagine speaking to yourself with kindness. It's okay. You're doing the best you can. This moment will pass. Picture wrapping yourself in warmth and understanding, like a comforting hug. Take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Carry this sense of compassion with you as we continue. How did that feel? Did you notice any shifts in your body or mind? Perhaps you felt calmer, lighter, or simply more accepting of yourself. These subtle changes are signs that self-compassion is working, even if it feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable at first. Let's explore another powerful aspect of compassion, its ability to transform relationships. When you extend kindness and understanding to others, you create opportunities for deeper connection and mutual support. During the holidays, this might look like listening attentively to a relative who's struggling, forgiving someone who irritates you, or volunteering your time to help those in need. Acts of kindness don't have to be grand gestures. They can be as simple as smiling warmly at a stranger or expressing gratitude to a cashier. Each act ripples outward, creating waves of positivity that benefit everyone involved. Compassion also helps you navigate interpersonal conflicts. Imagine a scenario where tensions flare during a family gathering. Without defensiveness, you might respond with empathy. I hear that you're upset, and I want to understand where you're coming from. Can we talk about this? This approach fosters mutual respect and opens the door to resolution. Another benefit of compassion is its ability to reduce stress. When you shift your focus from judgment to understanding, you free up energy to respond skillfully and creatively to challenges. During the holidays, this mindset allows you to move through the chaos with greater ease and flexibility, knowing that kindness is always a choice. Now let's address a common concern. What if extending compassion feels too difficult? It's natural to encounter resistance, especially if you've spent years prioritizing productivity over self-care or suppressing your own needs to please others. If this resonates with you, start small. Choose one person, whether it's yourself or someone else, and intentionally direct kind thoughts or actions their way. Each success will boost your confidence and encourage you to expand your circle of compassion. If self-compassion feels particularly challenging, consider journaling about your experiences. Write down moments when you struggled to be kind to yourself. reflecting on what triggered those feelings and how you responded. Then reframe the narrative. What positive outcomes arose from practicing self-compassion? How did it deepen your relationships or teach you valuable lessons? This practice helps rewire your brain to see compassion as a source of strength rather than weakness. Finally, let's talk about how compassion intersects with mindfulness. Both practices involve tuning into the present moment and responding with curiosity and care. When you cultivate compassion, you're practicing mindful awareness, observing reality as it is without judgment or resistance. During the holidays, this combination can be especially transformative, helping you stay present, centered, and connected to what truly matters. As we near the end of this chapter, let's reflect on the broader implications of compassion. Beyond improving individual well-being, it fosters healthier, more authentic relationships. When you treat yourself and others with kindness, you create a culture of acceptance and mutual support. This shared vulnerability enriches your interactions and deepens your connections. Before we move on, let's take one final moment of stillness together. Close your eyes if you'd like, and place a hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Feel gratitude for showing up here today, for taking this step toward greater love and understanding. You're planting seeds of transformation that will continue to bloom long after this video ends. Chapter 10. Bringing mindfulness into everyday actions. Welcome back to the Mindful Zone. In this final chapter, we're going to explore one of the most accessible yet transformative ways to integrate mindfulness into your life, not just during the holidays, but every single day. Bringing awareness to everyday actions. If you've ever felt too busy or overwhelmed to meditate, this is for you. By learning how to infuse mindfulness into routine tasks, you can turn even the most mundane moments into opportunities for presence, connection, and joy. Let's begin by acknowledging something important. Mindfulness doesn't have to happen on a cushion or in a quiet room. While formal meditation practices are incredibly valuable, they aren't the only way to cultivate awareness. Life itself is full of opportunities to practice mindfulness if we simply pay attention. Every action, no matter how small, can become a gateway to the present moment. During the holidays, a time often marked by busyness and multitasking, this approach becomes especially powerful. It allows you to stay grounded amidst the chaos, savoring each moment rather than rushing past it. Now let's talk about why mindful living matters so much. At its core, mindfulness is about being fully present, in this moment without judgment. It's about noticing what's happening within and around you exactly as it is, without trying to change or fix anything. When applied to everyday actions, mindfulness transforms ordinary activities into extraordinary experiences. For example, washing dishes can become a sensory journey. The warmth of the water, the texture of the soap bubbles, the rhythmic motion of scrubbing. Walking to your car can turn into a moment of awe as you notice the colors of the landscape, the crispness of the air, or the sound of leaves crunching beneath your feet. These small acts of awareness accumulate over time, creating a more grounded, centered way of living. But how do we bring mindfulness into everyday actions effectively? Here's a framework to help you navigate this process. Step 1. Slow down 1. Of the biggest obstacles to mindfulness is speed. We rush through tasks, eager to check them off our lists without pausing to appreciate the process. Slowing down even slightly creates space for awareness. Instead of racing through your morning routine, take a few extra seconds to savor the aroma of your coffee or feel the bristles of your toothbrush against your teeth. Even a slight reduction in pace can make a world of difference. During the holidays, slowing down might look like setting aside dedicated time for decorating your home instead of cramming it into an already packed schedule. Or it could involve baking cookies with loved ones at a leisurely pace, enjoying the laughter and shared experience rather than focusing solely on the end result. Step 2. Engage your senses. Mindfulness thrives on sensory awareness. Our senses are gateways to the present moment, They anchor us in reality, pulling us out of autopilot mode. To engage your senses, ask yourself, what do I see, hear, smell, taste, and touch right now? For example, while drinking tea, notice the color of the liquid, the warmth of the mug in your hands, the fragrance wafting upward, and the flavor as it hits your tongue. Each sensation invites you deeper into the experience. During the holidays, sensory mindfulness can enhance traditions and rituals. Imagine lighting candles and focusing on the flickering flame, the scent of burning wax, and the soft glow illuminating the room. Or picture wrapping gifts with intention, feeling the smooth paper under your fingertips, hearing the crinkle as you fold it, and admiring the finished product with pride. These moments of sensory engagement deepen your connection to the activity and create lasting memories. Step 3. Focus on one task at a time. Multitasking is often seen as a badge of productivity, but it comes at a cost: divided attention. When we juggle multiple tasks simultaneously, we miss out on the richness of each individual experience. Single tasking, focusing on one thing at a time, is a cornerstone of mindful living. It allows you to give your full attention to the task at hand, whether it's folding laundry, chopping vegetables, or brushing your hair. During the holidays, single tasking might mean putting away your phone while spending time with family, or resisting the urge to scroll social media while decorating the tree. By giving your undivided attention to the moment, you foster deeper connections and greater appreciation for what's unfolding. Step 4. Cultivate gratitude, inaction gratitude, and mindfulness. Go hand in hand as you perform everyday tasks. Pause occasionally to reflect on what you're thankful for about that activity. For instance, while cooking dinner, you might express gratitude for the ingredients, the ability to nourish yourself and others, or the opportunity to share a meal with loved ones. This practice shifts your perspective from obligation to appreciation, making even the most routine chores feel meaningful. During the holidays, gratitude in action can enrich traditions and interactions. Imagine expressing thanks for the effort someone put into hosting a gathering, the beauty of nature during a winter walk, or the simple pleasure of sitting by a fire with a good book. These moments of acknowledgement amplify the joy and fulfillment of the season. To help you bring mindfulness into everyday actions effectively, here are some practical examples tailored to holiday-specific scenarios. Wrapping gifts. Instead of rushing through this task, treat it as a creative ritual. Notice the textures of the paper and ribbon, the precision of your folds, and the satisfaction of seeing a beautifully wrapped present emerge. Play calming music in the background to enhance the experience. Baking cookies. Pay attention to each step of the process. The smell of vanilla extract, dough being kneaded, the sight of golden edges forming in the oven. Share the experience with others, laughing and chatting as you work together. Decorating your home. Approach this activity with intention. Hang ornaments mindfully, taking time to admire their colors and shapes. Light candles and breathe in their soothing scents. Create a playlist of festive music to elevate the mood. Walking in nature. Whether you're strolling through snowy woods or along a frosty city street, use this time to connect with your surroundings. Feel the cold air against your skin, listen to the crunch of snow underfoot, and marvel at the stark beauty of winter landscapes. Cooking a meal. Cooking is a form of art, and mindfulness turns it into a meditative practice. Focus on the rhythm of chopping vegetables, the sizzle of oil in a pan, and the aroma of spices filling the kitchen. Invite loved ones to join you, turning the process into a collaborative celebration. Now, let's pause here for a practical exercise. Find a comfortable position, either seated or standing, and close your eyes if you'd like. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for 2 counts, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Allow your body to relax with each exhale, releasing any tension you might be holding on to. For the next minute or two, choose a simple action to focus on. It could be holding a cup of tea, touching a surface nearby, or simply breathing deeply, bring your full attention to this action. If you're holding a cup of tea, notice its weight in your hands, the warmth radiating outward, and the steam curling toward your face. If you're touching a surface, feel its texture. Is it smooth, rough, cool, or warm? Whatever you're doing, immerse yourself fully in the experience. Take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Carry this sense of presence with you as we continue. Pause for silence, accompanied by soft ambient sounds, like crackling firewood or distant wind chimes. How did that feel? Did you notice any shifts in your body or mind? Perhaps you felt calmer, more grounded, or simply more aware of the richness of the present moment. These subtle changes are signs that mindfulness is working, even if it feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable at first. Let's explore another powerful aspect of mindful living, its ability to reduce stress. When we slow down and focus on one task at a time, we free up mental bandwidth, reducing feelings of overwhelm. During the holidays, this mindset allows you to move through the chaos with greater ease and flexibility, knowing that each moment holds potential for peace and joy. Similarly, mindful living fosters creativity. When we approach tasks with curiosity and openness, we discover new possibilities and solutions. For example, imagine improvising a recipe when ingredients run short, finding creative ways to include absent loved ones in celebrations, or turning unexpected mishaps into cherished traditions. Mindfulness sparks innovation and encourages us to think outside the box. Another benefit of mindful living is its ability to strengthen relationships. When you give your full attention to someone, whether it's listening attentively during a conversation or sharing a meal together, you communicate love and respect. During the holidays, this practice creates moments of genuine connection, fostering deeper bonds and lasting memories. Now let's address a common concern. What if mindfulness feels too difficult to incorporate into daily life? It's natural to encounter resistance, especially if you're accustomed to operating at a fast pace or juggling multiple responsibilities. If this resonates with you, start small. Choose one activity, whether it's brushing your teeth, drinking your morning coffee, or folding laundry, and intentionally focus on it for a few minutes each day. Each success will boost your confidence and encourage you to expand your mindful moments. If distractions persist, consider setting reminders to pause and check in with yourself throughout the day. Sticky notes, alarms on your phone, or accountability partners can help reinforce the habit. Over time, these intentional pauses will become second nature, weaving mindfulness seamlessly into your daily routine. Finally, let's talk about how mindful living intersects with impermanence, one of Buddhism's central teachings. Impermanence reminds us that every moment is fleeting, never to be repeated. By bringing mindfulness into everyday actions, we honor this truth, savoring each experience fully before it passes. During the holidays, this perspective helps us cherish the imperfect beauty of human connection, the laughter, the tears, the shared meals, and the quiet moments of reflection. As we near the end of this chapter and this video, I want to leave you with a final thought. Mindfulness isn't a destination, it's a journey. It's not about achieving some mythical state of constant happiness or Zen-like calm. Instead, it's about showing up again and again with an open heart and a willingness to learn. Each mindful moment contributes to your growth, whether you realize it or not. The key is to keep practicing, trusting that transformation happens beneath the surface long before it becomes apparent above it. Before we conclude, let's take one final moment of stillness together. Close your eyes if you'd like and place a hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in, hold for 2 counts, and exhale fully. Feel gratitude for showing up here today, for taking this step toward greater presence and peace. You're planting seeds of transformation that will continue to bloom long after this video ends. And so we come to the end of our journey together, though I hope this is just the beginning of yours. Thank you for spending this time with me here in the Mindful Zone. Over the course of these 10 chapters, we've explored how mindfulness, rooted in Buddhist teachings, meditation, and compassion, can help you navigate not only the holidays, but every season of life with greater calm, clarity, and connection. As we reflect on all we've discussed, let's take a moment to acknowledge the profound simplicity of mindfulness. It doesn't require grand gestures or elaborate rituals. It's about showing up fully for each moment, exactly as it is. Whether you're sipping tea, wrapping gifts, or simply breathing, mindfulness invites you to notice the beauty in the ordinary. During the holidays, when stress and expectations often run high, this practice becomes a lifeline, a way to stay grounded amidst the chaos and connected to what truly matters. Remember, mindfulness isn't about perfection. It's okay if your mind wanders, if your breath feels uneven, or if moments of stillness feel elusive. What matters most is that you keep returning to the present moment with kindness, curiosity, and patience. Each time you do, you strengthen your ability to respond to life's challenges with grace and resilience. I also want to remind you that mindfulness is a gift, not just for yourself, but for everyone whose lives you touch. When you cultivate presence, compassion, and gratitude, those qualities ripple outward, creating waves of positivity that benefit your relationships, your community, and the world at large. During the holidays, this ripple effect becomes especially meaningful, as acts of kindness and understanding foster deeper connections and lasting memories. Before we part ways, I'd like to leave you with a few final thoughts. Start small. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Begin with one mindful moment each day, whether it's taking 3 deep breaths before bed, savoring your morning coffee, or pausing to appreciate the sunset. Over time, these moments will accumulate, transforming your experience of life in subtle yet profound ways. Be patient with yourself. Growth takes time, and mindfulness is no exception. There will be days when it feels easy and natural, and others when it feels frustrating or inaccessible. That's okay. Trust the process and celebrate even the smallest victories along the way. Stay curious. Approach mindfulness with a sense of wonder and exploration. Life is full of surprises, challenges, and opportunities for learning. By staying open to new experiences, you'll continue to grow and evolve in ways you never imagined. Finally, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you for choosing to embark on this journey, for investing in your well-being, and for trusting me to guide you along the way. Your presence here today is a testament to your courage, curiosity, and commitment to living more fully. As we close, let's take one final moment of stillness together. Find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down, and close your eyes if you'd like. Place a hand over your heart, feeling its steady rhythm beneath your palm. Take a deep breath in. Hold for 2 counts and exhale fully. Allow yourself to soak in everything we've shared, the insights, the practices, the reflections, and carry them forward into your life with intention and care. Know that wherever you are on your path, you are not alone. This community exists to support you, inspire you, and remind you of your inherent strength and wisdom. If you found value in today's video, consider subscribing to the Mindful Zone for more content designed to nurture your mind, body, and spirit. And if you feel called to share this message with others, please do. It might just be the encouragement someone needs to begin their own journey toward peace and fulfillment. Thank you again for being here. May your holidays and every day beyond be filled with moments of presence, joy, and connection. Until next time, take care. And remember, the present moment is always within reach. All you have to do is pause, breathe, and notice. Namaste.